Hello, everyone. Well, yesterday was a very windy day across Nebraska and western Iowa, and today is going to be another one. Check out the peak wind gusts that we're expecting today around 2 o'clock this afternoon, though I do need to stress there's not going to be much variation from lunchtime until we get to sunset. But if we want to pick the windiest part of the day, it's something like around 2 o'clock. A lot of us today seeing wind gusts 40, 45 miles per hour, and could there be a few spots that see wind gusts around 50 miles per hour? I do think that's a possibility, particularly in the central and western part of the state. Look at Scottsbluff and Valentine. Gusts 51, 53 miles per hour. I do think that's a possibility. So when are we going to catch a break from the wind? Because when you get these wind gusts 40, 45, 50 miles per hour, it's just not pleasant to be outside with that wind blasting you in the face and terrible hair days. Well, I do think most of us are going to see a little bit of improvement tomorrow. A little bit, but not much. Look how we're still seeing wind gusts 35, 40 miles per hour in many locations. And I do have to say that in the northeastern part of the state, in and around the Sioux City area, looks like a repeat of day, gusts 40, 45 miles per hour. So maybe a break on Saturday? For most of us, no. It looks like, once again, gusts 35, 40 miles per hour, except look right along the Iowa-Nebraska border. We'll just call it breezy for Sioux City and Omaha with gusts around 20 miles per hour. But then Lincoln-Beatrice, 32 miles per hour. And then Columbus, there's a wind gust around 40 miles per hour. So what's going on here? This is a cold front that's going to be moving across the state. And along it and behind it, winds are going to be quite strong. Because the cold front's not arriving until the late afternoon, early evening hours on Saturday in the far eastern part of the state, we're going to be past peak wind time, so it's not going to get as windy in the eastern part of the state, the far eastern part of the state, but for most, yes, another quite windy day with gusts 35, 40 miles per hour. We'll talk about what that cold front's going to do to our temperatures in just a second, but first, a reminder that many are once again under a red flag warning from central on over to east Nebraska and into western Iowa. This is also known as a fire weather warning, and it is highlighting that today we have the combination of not just those strong winds, but really low humidity as well, and that means brush fires can start and spread easily. So what do? We're under a red flag warning. No outdoor burning, because just one rogue ember landing in some dry grass could start a brush fire that could quickly get out of control, so no outdoor burning today. Now, fortunately, even though the winds are still going to be very strong Friday and Saturday, the humidity going up, so we'll probably avoid additional red flag warnings. All right, so let's talk about temperatures. By the way, today, Friday, Saturday, no chance of rain. It's going to be completely dry, so all we can do now is just talk about temperatures. Now, today is going to be cooler than yesterday because we got another cold front to come in yesterday. So cooler temperatures today. How about a high of just 57 in Sioux City, 60 in Omaha, 62 in Lincoln, 63 in Kearney, 65 in Scottsbluff. No warmer than the upper 60s. Most of us in the low to mid 60s today. All right, so low temperatures tonight. It looks like upper 30s, low 40s for most of us. Maybe getting down to around 35 in Sioux City, though. Now, we're going to be warming up for tomorrow. Notice that a lot of us getting into the 70s again. How about 80 in Cook? But notice, just like I mentioned, the exception to the winds not dying down in the northeastern part of the state, only a high of 61 in Sioux City, and it's a little bit cooler in Omaha, too, sitting at 67 degrees. But a lot of folks get into the 70s. All right, Friday night, cold, but not crazy cold. At 29 in Sioux City. A lot of us, it looks like mid to upper 30s and some in the low 40s. All right, so that brings us to Saturday and the cold front. Now, again, because of the timing, we might even see slightly warmer temperatures for places like Sioux City and Omaha. A lot of eastern Nebraska, basically kind of a repeat in temperatures from Friday. But notice that for the central and western part of the state, cooling down, not seeing that 80 in McCook anymore, just a high of 74. So this isn't going to be a really strong cold front, but enough to cool us down a little bit. 70 for our high in North Platte and 65 in Scottsbluff.